In today's video, I'm going to be doing a showcase of the Nightfall mod menu for Red Dead Online. If you guys want to pick up this menu, head over to wickedgamers.com and use coupon code Luciano for 5% off. Alright guys, starting off with your self options here, you do have your no clip option here, where you can basically change the speed of this. You do have your teleport to ground as well as your invisibility with this option. Wardrobe option here, if you want to change your outfits, basically like your male or female, you can basically change individual components and you can save them down below. You do have a model changer here as well. If you want to change into a different game model, you can basically do so with this option. Moving back here, you do have a spinning sphere here is basically like an animation effect of these three balls spinning around you. You can change the count, speed, height, radius, and whatnot of these models per se. Animations here as well. If you want to do like a sitting animation, for example, there you go. There's a bunch of other ones as well. You can also change your X, Y, and Z positioning as well as your pitch and roll. You do have your God mode here as well as recuperate. You do have your infinite force cores, your never wanted, spawn at place of death, your infinite stamina, dead eye, and you do have your never cold. Super jump option here as well as your invisible, which is pretty cool. You do have your no ragdoll as well as your suicide, your scale pet if you want to make yourself bigger or smaller, clear character, auto clear character. You do have your everybody ignores you. You do have your disable lassoing as well as your hog tying and your meleeing option down below. Online options here, you do have your players first. I will select a player and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so say you select this player, for example, you do have a spectate option first. Your teleportation options like your teleport to or teleport to me. Griefing options like your decreased stamina, force drunkiness, as well as your dragging all entities, freeze, cam, shake, flash, loop, wanted bounty, ear rape, sound spam, create, clone, or explode, as well as your cage, and lastly, kick for mission. Force options here, you have your block horse, throw off horse, and dismiss horse. You're helpful here, you have your gift chests as well, like your bottles, combs, money, and treasure. You know ragdoll as well as your infinite stamina. Moving down here, you have moderation like your crash, block incoming syncs, as well as our show social clip profile. Your misc options here like your copy all information, name, rockstar ID, or IP, or all of it like I said. Copy outfit, you can also enable defensive or disable that. Partly with everybody in self. And lastly, increase or decrease the honor level of this player. Moving on to your ESP options here, basically your wall hacks per se, you can enable this for players if you would like to do so. For example, your box, your skeletons, your info as well, like their nickname or distance. You can also ignore yourself, which is pretty cool, and you can also change the render distance to basically see them from far away. So say you go to 10,000, as you can see all those people with, you know, the ESP box around them, you can basically enable, which is pretty cool. Notifications here, you can do your join or leave player notifications. I don't know why I blanked out there, but you do have your show spectators as well if you want to turn that on. Spoofing here, you can spoof your rank, name, IP, blip, as well as your coordinates. You do have your show all players on the map. You do have your off the radar, passive mode, bypass profanity filter, bell to main menu. You can also change your session type to public or private, as well as your solo option there. Vehicle options here, you do have your spawner first. Starting off with your horses, you can spawn in any of these. Say you do superior horse, like your Arabian horse here. I just spawned him in. Here he is. I can just get right on top of him. But like I said, you can spawn in any horse type. Your vehicle types as well, like your coaches, boats, trains, or misc. You do your settings here, like your spawn in vehicle, spawn it in with God mode, as well as delete your last spawned in, so you don't, you know, get cluttered objects when you spawn a bunch of crap in, which is pretty cool. Train manager here as well. If you want to basically spawn in a train and drive it, you can basically do so with this option here. You different repairs, those will recuperate horse, your upgrade horse, your no ragdoll horse, your fearless horse, instant horse delivery for when you whistle, infinite force cores, you do your God mode as well as your God mode vehicle. You do your infinite horse stamina, horse is always clean, your fast horse option here, which basically makes your horse run faster. Shoot flames as well is your horse scale modifier to make your horse a little bit bigger or smaller, and you do your fast enter or exit to your horse, which is pretty cool. Moving down here, you do your weapon options here, like your aimbot. Basically, you enable this, and you have a little radius here, and this will automatically aim onto pets, players, or animals that you're in like this FOV circle. It'll automatically, you know, aim onto them basically. And then moving back here, airbrush, you can basically draw some shit in the air, as you can see right there, which is pretty cool. Tracers, if you want to have tracers on, your infinite ammo, your weapon always clear. You do have your lightning gun as well, you shoot in the distance, and you have your lightning bolt, or your lightning strike I should say. Teleportation gun, you shoot and you teleport forward, which is kind of cool. Elite gun, explosion gun as well, you enable this and you shoot and you have your little explosion. Rapid fire, slow motion aim, your no spread, and then lastly your one shot, one kill, which is pretty cool. Teleportation options here. Do you have your teleport to waypoint, auto teleport to waypoint, teleport to Madame Nazar, your Moonshine Shack, as well as your locations like your settlements, Mid-Eastern, St. Denis, Northeastern, Northern, Northwest, and Southwest, and there's a few others, which is pretty cool. Your world options here. You have your world editor. You can basically change how your sky looks, clouds, and whatnot. Your world lights as well. You can also change the actual weather in game to make it, for example, sunny. There you go. You can also change the time in game to make it lighter or darker outside, which is also pretty cool. You can also change it to enable snow. You can also freeze your time, disable water, as well as your camera restrictions. You can also disable VRAM warning messages, your anti-AFK, bypass restricted areas, show blip for Madame Nazar, disable camera shake, as well as your FOV editor, and then lastly, disable HUD. Moving down here, you have protections as well, which will basically protect you from other modders, your crashes, attachments, teleportation, and your script shield. And then you do have your network events here as well if you want to enable any of those. Recovery options here, like your Rockstar gift loop, which will basically give you a bunch of gold and money pretty quickly, as you can see right there. You have gold as well, which will basically give you a bunch of gold in a loop. $13 loop, as well as your give all rewards. You do have a horse bonding XP booster, as well as your give $13. Give all weapons and rewards. Your roll booster here for your bounty hunter, naturalist, moonshiner, trader, and collector, which is also pretty cool. You do have your items here as well. As you can see, you can get a bunch of items like your horse, reviver, your baits, your tonics as well. There's a bunch of other shit in here, like your ammo, food, and some other stuff if you guys want to get any of that. Daily challenges here as well, like your bounty hunter, naturalist, collector, moonshiner, trader, and daily goods, as well as your collections here, like your bottles, combs, and money. Legendary animals here, you can spawn these in dead. As you can see, you spawn a bunch of them in, and you can skin them and sell them, which is pretty cool. When on here, do you ever skip bounty hunter cooldown lastly if you want to skip that? Like I said, this menu's recovery is actually insanely good for the price. So if you guys do want a recovery only menu, basically I would get this. They do have a lot of features packed into it, which is pretty cool. Your settings lastly, you do have your hotkeys to basically save or load different hotkeys based on what you've set. Menu keys here, if you want to change the open keys, for example, for the menu itself, you can basically do so as well. Translations here, if you want to change the actual language on the menu from English to Chinese to Russian, Portuguese, or Turkish, you can basically do so with this option. Interface here as well, you can basically move the menu positioning, you can change the UI width, rounding, the height of the header. There's a bunch of other options in there. None lastly, you ever save and load settings. That actually is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.